Good evening and welcome to the June edition of the Niceville Valparaiso Chamber of Commerce Business Forum. We've got a great show for you today, so make sure you stay tuned for the whole thing. We talked a little bit about membership, and we're going to introduce you to our Business After Hours host. But first up, we have our July second Wednesday breakfast sponsor, which is the Manor at Blue Water Bay. And representing the Manor, we have Teresa Halverson, no stranger to our stage, and she is the Director of Marketing and Admissions. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Tell us a little bit about what exactly is the Manor at Blue Water Bay.
We are a 120-bed skilled nursing facility located in Blue Water Bay, offering short-term care and long-term residential care.
And we're going to talk a little later about rehab too,
We are.
aren't we? Yes, absolutely. How long has the Manor been in operation?
Well, we have been in operation 20 years this year.
Wow.
And next year we're going to have a 20-year celebration in the spring. We're waiting until the spring to do it.
I know, and constantly renovating, constantly making changes, and you wouldn't know it walking in that it's been around 20 years because it looks like a brand new facility, doesn't
Well,
it?
thank you. Yes, we have done lots of renovations. We have kind of gone after the hospitality model with healthcare to make people feel more at home while they're there with us.
Sure. And you've seen quite a few changes in the years, haven't you, Teresa?
We certainly have. The type of patients that we're seeing now are more medically complex, especially for rehab and long-term care. They're staying home longer, they're staying in assisted living longer, which is good, you know, being in the least restrictive environment. But we are seeing a more complicated medically fragile type patient coming
What kind
in.
of patients are we seeing now?
We're seeing more patients with extreme diabetes, we're seeing renal failure, we're seeing patients with more strokes. Those are for short-term and long-term care.
Really? And you're still doing all the joint replacement rehab
We
stuff
are.
and all those kinds of
We're
things?
averaging probably between 45 and 50 rehab patients a day, many of them post-joint replacement.
Sure. And I would challenge anybody who's never been there to go by and say hello. They can find you right there at the front desk on the right-hand side, can't
That's
they?
correct.
And you'd be happy to give them a 50-cent tour, I'm sure?
Absolutely. We love to show off our place, answer all questions, let them meet our staff,
Yeah.
talk to them about our services.
Let's tear down some of the preconceived notions folks have of a long-term, short-term care facility, because yours is more like a hotel resort kind of idea, isn't it?
We like to think so. Many of the misconceived conceptions is that once you go to a skilled nursing facility, you can't leave. Well, not true.
Not at all.
Our goal is to get you back home or to your assisted living or home with your loved ones or by yourself. We feel that you win and we win if we can get you back home.
And my personal experience is with friends and customers that have come and enjoyed your facilities, that the rehab's a little shorter, isn't it, than if they stay in the hospital?
For our rehab patients, a total knee is anywhere between 7 and 14 days. A hip could be 14 to 28 days, depending on other, comorbidities the patient may have. But our goal is to get them back home.
That was polysyllabic now. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what comorbidities.
Means they have
is.
other medical issues like
Sure.
congestive heart failure, renal disease, diabetes.
And it takes so much pressure off the family. I mean, as big as I am, when I got my knee done, my poor wife, she couldn't get me out of bed or move me around. It was
We have
practically impossible.
over 20 therapists working in our facility, and our rehab department runs 6 days a week. So you're going to get that extensive therapy.
That's the other part, because
That's the key.
it's a 2 or 3 time a day therapy
Correct.
versus one visit in the morning or so forth
Right.
by a skilled nurse. So you actually increase frequency and thereby shorten
Right.
the time required
Exactly.
to rehab. And I think it's true with all, I mean, not just joint replacements, but pretty much all of those other issues. Like I
Sure,
said, if we
absolutely.
get them out of the hospital, it's more a home environment. So it's
Right. We have the flat screen TVs with cable TV, private telephone lines. We have buffet service style meals. So it is kind of like being home, except you're sharing a room. We do have a few private rooms, but the goal again is to get people back home to their independence.
Yeah, and you very, very liberal visitation policy too.
Yeah,
don't
we're
you?
open all the time. If the doors are locked, you just ring the intercom, we'll let you in, come visit.
That makes it fantastic. So if you're working and you have a loved one that's going through something like that, it's a very convenient place too. Tell them where you're located.
We're located at 1500 North White Point Road, right off of Highway 20 behind Walgreens.
Yeah, I mean it's right.
Easy to get to.
Very easy to get to. So if you have a loved one that needs some rehab or a place to to become healthier, I guess, is
Yes.
the best way to put it. It just is a really great option, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We stay pretty full, so we're very happy with the community support and the trust in our care.
Sure, and the insurances take care of all that, don't they?
I take care of that for you. Medicare, we're private industry for 40 insurance companies as well.
Yeah, wow. Now you have a volunteer program if there's some folks out there, because I know those kids that are trying to do the bright futures and that need a little community service.
Right. We have a huge volunteer program. I think we probably have over 50 to 60 volunteers that come in. We just had a huge volunteer banquet. They come in, do one-on-one visits, play bingo, read Bible studies, you name it, arts and crafts, jewelry. It's a wonderful volunteer program. So we encourage the community to come out and participate.
And you're open to ideas too, aren't you?
Absolutely.
If somebody wants to, if somebody has a gift and they want to come share it.
Definitely. We're always looking for new ideas.
Really?
Yeah.
Really. And I've also managed to do a class or two in your facility. There's every now and then you.
Great. We welcome you to come back and do that.
Yeah. we hold some classes there and teach all kinds of wonderful topics, don't we? Yeah, it is a great facility. What do you have coming up in the future? Is there?
Well, we're going to expand our rehab program once again to include more stroke patients, focusing on that, and cardiac. And again, we're going to do a 20-year anniversary next year. We're going to do a big open house. We have a lot of longevity. Our administrator's been in our facility for over 17 years.
Wow.
That's kind of unheard of in this industry. Our director of nursing, we have the same one. She's been there over 16 years.
Wow.
So we're very fortunate to have a lot of dedicated professionals in our facility.
And like I said, anytime I've gone in there, it's been an absolutely wonderful experience.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Come anytime.
Yeah, you treat the people very well, not as patients, but as family. And I love the buffets and that for dinner. It gets folks out of their rooms.
The food is good.
The food is fantastic. Like I said, they actually have a chef that's cooking.
Right.
So it's not producing mass meals.
That's correct.
So if folks were looking to get involved in the volunteer program or just want to come over and spend some time, how would they get in touch with you?
They could call our main number, 850-897-5592, and ask for Angela. She's our activities director. She'd be glad to talk to them. And get them enrolled and set up. Come on in.
And you guys are sponsoring the July 2nd Wednesday breakfast, which is an annual event, actually.
It is.
Isn't it?
We cook and bring our own food, so we're really looking forward to it. We're going to have fun this year.
So if you want to try the food out before you have to go through rehab, just come out to the second Wednesday breakfast and enjoy a little bit of the Manor at Blue Water Bay's cooking and their wonderful hospitality. And who's going to be our speaker this year? Is it?
It'll be Dwayne this
Dwayne?
year. We're just going to have some fun and talk about what our goals are for the next year and how we get back to the community.
Fantastic. Teresa, we really do appreciate all that the Manor at Blue Water Bay does for our community. It is a great option for folks if they've got rehab or they've got a loved one that they need to put into long-term care. It is a very convenient and wonderfully clean, beautiful, beautiful facility. So thank you very much.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
And thank you for bringing it into our community and all that you're doing for our folks.
Thanks.
Make sure you stay tuned. We have membership appreciation coming up. We're going to tell you all about what they're doing to increase the benefits that you get enjoy with membership in our chambers. So don't go away.